Hello there, everybody. I'm seeing that. Let me fix my camera there. There we go. I need to fix some stuff. I need to fix the camera because the camera is too dark. There we go. Give me a second. I don't know what happened with my camera on Calling All Beings, but wasn't that wonderful? Wow, are we dark? And I've got this up full blast. It is. Hello, my darlings. Come on in. I just thought, well, we were just live. We can just come in and chat for a little bit. It's been a big day. A big day. Hello. This is impromptu. So that's what it's all about. I got to fix my lighting. Give me a second because, oops. It is so dark. Hi, everybody. Hi. Listen, I've got to put on, I didn't run an intro or anything. I mean, what you see is what you get. But let's have let me light the fire. Let me light the fire. Get me this. Here, help. The fire is going. Hello, my darlings. And I'll be right back because I got a few things I got to show you. Hello, enjoy my beautiful room. Hi there. Hi. How are you? I'm just happy birthday, Kelsey, you darling. I'm just here to hold please. Hold please. Did you like my fart story? I hope I didn't embarrass anybody. But Bia is going to be doing this once a month. So we'll be doing this again. Look at Sam. Here's the producer. This is the after party. But first of all, if Debbie is in here, I've got to read this. I heard you mention you were thinking of retiring your fire deck. I'm thinking of it. Pull my finger. Right? I have been thinking about retiring my fire deck. Not yet. I might wait till the first of the year, but I got to tell you this. Oh, there she goes. Goodbye. Look, this Debbie. And look at the pattern on this. Is that not beautiful? I love this. And another writing. Believe me, I'm filling these up. I love it. Thank you so much. I am filling them up. And I'm going to show you what Debbie gave me. Never thought you would hear 6 women telling farting jokes. Well, listen. I grew up with a grandfather and a dad who just thought that was the most funny thing that could ever happen in the whole world. Farting jokes. Higgy and Jennifer farted. The end. Why don't they put that into a filing? Why can't we do that? All right, so anyway, I got to show you this. Miss Debbie, she said she heard me say that I wanted to retire my fire. Now, this is an anniversary, 140th year anniversary edition. They started making cards in 1885. I was just a youngster then. And these cards happen to be quite beautiful. They are beautiful. Look at this. I'm pulling out all these cards. Look how gorgeous these. Sam, this little turkey girl is, she's going to get in trouble. She's making her rounds, and that means there. Oh, now look at what you made mommy do. But I gotta show you. The dreamy vampire man is, I don't know where he is. Out clawing his way through I don't know. He's in the catacombs somewhere, my darlings. He's in the catacombs somewhere. But today, oh, and the card comes flying out that I'm going to take it. Ooh, for today, the Three of Diamonds is all about being tested, having an exam, legal, legal. Really something. Oh boy. Oh boy. That is something else. Yeah, he's probably in the catacombs of Vale Keep, so we'll let that go. The other announcement that I want to show. Oh, where I am? Oh, I made this background, my darlings, because this would be the room that I would love to be in. You could give me this great big home and I could just be in this room. Now, I'm going to show you something else. And I don't know if it's going to show up on camera, but you're going to start seeing me read with it. It is the new Crime and Shadow House of Zelda cards. Crime cards. This is the deck. And I'm also designing the Catacombs at Vale Keep deck. And Sam is restless, so she's going to be, Lord Gregor, make yourself known. I think he is gone this evening. I don't know. I don't speak with him every day. But he did give me permission to use some of the images that he has given me of Vale Keep for a new card deck. This, my darlings, is, I'll show you a couple of cards of my new crime and shadow and crime deck. Let me get this together. This is one. Don't know. I made all the art for this. That is a moon you're seeing glitter there. Maybe you can see it better there. That is a moon. That's somebody running away thinking that they got away with something. Sitting in a jail cell. There we are. They won't be for purchase right away. They won't be for purchase right away. But let me see. Let me see if there's this is one of my favorite images that I made. The elixir of life. You have a choice. Which one will you be drinking? These are a little bit more gothic. This one is also a favorite. Which path do you take? That's pretty cool, isn't it? Which path will you take? And then these are not going to be these. I'm going to start reading with these, my darlings. These are the Crime and Shadow House of Zelda cards, because you know how every time I'm reading, I say, "Oh heck, I don't have a deck that goes darker." This deck goes darker, as in this fellow. This is a darker deck. There we are. So it's going to go a little darker, and probably could go darker. With the Catacombs of Vale Keep, look at this one. Somebody peeking around the corner of a ghostly persuasion. So I just wanted to show these to you because I think that you're going to love them as much as I do. And look there, there's a shadow. So there's a shadow of the former self. The shadow person. That person that maybe all of us have. So I'm going to start reading with this. And look. I love this. Sometimes it's just time to confess. Sometimes you got to be in a place where you can confess. So these won't be for sale right away, but I want you to look closely at this one. Do you see? Do you see it? Let me see. You may not be able to see it, but there's an image right there with two eyes, and it's in the dark. There, you might be able to see it. because everything that we do is watched over. Oh yeah, this is the darker side. This is definitely the darker side. Look at this. Buried the truth. So I'll start using these along with some of my other cards. And in honor of Sammy and Poe, there we are, opening the door to another world. Maybe not even being ushered in. So, yeah, definitely. Here's a favorite. There is Poe. Takes me a while to go through these. How do you like that guy? Sometimes it feels like you sit forever and wait for something to happen, and then all of a sudden it does, just like today. And look at this. This kind of got to me today when I heard Attorney Melanie reading the filing. A conspiracy. Getting together. Working out the details. In the shadows. Where you think no one hears. And of course, there's always got to be a psychic or a card reader or a veil worn somewhere. The glue is still not dry on some of these, so I've got to be cautious. So there we are. You're going to love these. I know you will. It's just a matter of me getting them prepared, and there we are. This is what happens when you sit around and talk to vampires and all kinds of stuff. Look at this. This is one of my favorite. You'll see them better when I'm reading with them. Oh, this one's not showing up very well. This one I consider a verdict. It's kind of reflecting not so well. And then this one is a crime scene. Lots of shadowy figures, but when you see the catacombs, the Veil Keep catacombs, I like this one. I heard her say that yesterday, Linda, and I was in the chat and I said, Miss Melanie, I'm right here, but I don't think she saw. So they're almost ready, my darlings. Almost ready. I'm going to start reading with these. So I wanted to share those with you. But Debbie, you sent me that deck of cards if you're in here, and those 2 notebooks, and oh, I appreciate that. Thank you so much. I appreciate this so much. Thank you. Thank you. You're going to love the catacombs. You're going to love the podcast with the darling Gregor. When that comes out, I had to stop. I want you to know I had to stop for a moment. And it wasn't bad. It wasn't negative. It was intense. There's a lot of information. And some things I wasn't aware of about my own ancestors that have come out, and I have since verified it. So yeah. You know, Mitchell, I saw you say something about she's off giving a vision, and I was right below when you said that, and I said, I'm here. So it's okay though. Lord Gregor is very handsome. He is very tall. And he's been around. He's not really been the ladies' man, but he's had a bigger mission. And after talking with him and his life in Croatia and family and ancestors and how he was banished, because back in those days you did not have red hair, not at all. Zip, zip, zip. Or you were thought to have been, as in a bad way. He does have an accent. He does have a. I'll tell you what. I'll play his. He made a. I recorded him. He recorded his voice. I used his recording in an intro. I'm going to play it for you. I'll play it for you so you can hear. This is his real voice, his real accent. And when I first talked to him about YouTube, and I noticed that some of you are talking with him and so forth, and I appreciate. Just know he was actually in JFK's chat last night, asking me if I was dancing, and I was asking him if he was dancing. Social media has not been a thing. It's actually even a wonder that he even found me on the Talkie Tick. But so we have to forgive him a little bit, because typing and social media has just not been his gig. This was the intro, my darlings, that he did for me for, I think it was a week ago or something like that. I'm going to play it for those of you who haven't seen it.
Welcome, travelers of night and knowing. I am Lord Gregor, guardian of Castle Vale Keep, and it is my highest honor to extend a greeting across the Vale to all who now enter the House of Zelda. Here, beneath the glow of candlelight and the watch of unseen eyes, mysteries are not feared, they are welcomed. The lady herself, Zelda Kelly von Gorlitz, bids you draw near. She is the keeper of the cards, the voice between worlds, and the guiding flame that lights these sacred halls. If your spirit stirs for the strange, the unseen and the divinely curious, then mark your presence. Press subscribe, leave your token of favor with a thumbs up, and become part of our gathering beneath the lanterns of the keep. Now, hush. The air has changed. The lady approaches, and the night begins to whisper once more.
Hello. So, yes, that is his real voice. That is a Croatian, I guess, type European accent. Only that old accent, that is his voice. That's what he sounds like when I talk with him. I've seen him we have done a video, a Zoom call. So I'm not catfished by so I'm not vampire fished. And so I basically, he allowed me, because he does not even go in public a lot when he is there, when he's at Vale Keep. He has a farm assistant that talks with him, and he's got big farms and all this other, but I mean, he's out on his horse at night, and it's not that he won't crumble it in the daylight or anything else, but it's very draining. So he will go out. He does go outside, but he goes out at night, basically. So yeah, you guys are all crushing for me. There you go. Now, there's nothing romantic there, but he flirts with me. I flirt with him, and there's nothing wrong with that. But I respect him so much. He is just really something and full of knowledge. And I think that's what has me so mesmerized. So, yeah. he is, I mean, some of this I hate to even say because it literally sounds, I told him, I said, I almost sound like I'm weird on here. But these things do exist. And so do werewolves, but they're not called werewolves. Actually, um, Lord Gregor is not considered to be a vampire because he's not that way. You know, he doesn't have the teeth or anything. But when I saw him, he allowed me to take an image of him, a picture, screenshot. And so what you see are my reflection of his images of ancestors, his images of a lot of things. And there you have it. So we'll see what happens, my friends. We'll see what happens. And first of all, let me say this. Hi there. Hi. Oh my goodness. Hi, my darling. And I love the t-shirt. You know why. If you know, you know. Hi, Lady Zelda. My birthday is 7/7 and my initials are GG. I'd love to know your thoughts on that. Thank you so much for your energy and Charlie readings. You're welcome. 7/7 is a very divine number. Okay. It's very divine. And wait, let me work something out in my head really quick. Let me work this out in me head. In me head, my darling. In fact, hold please, I'm going to get my notebook. Hold please, I'll be right back. I'm back. Okay, so hold please. The letter G is a number 7. I thought it was, and I wanted to verify it. The number G is a number 7. So the fact that you have GG and 2 7s, you are 7777, and that reduces into that reduces into, I mean, I could go places with that. I could go places with that. So it is a divine number. It's a number in which you can stay steady. It's actually rare. I actually did a numerology reading, a case study yesterday, where a woman had 6 number 7s in her name. 6. That's rare. That's rare. So there we are. And 4 7s. Somebody in the chat tell me what 4 7s are. What's 4 times 7? Because my darling Gigi, you've got 4 7s. So what does 4? Yeah, 28. So that is 10. 2 plus 8 is 10. And then you come back to a number 1. And the number 1 is almost like it's ground building. It's ground. It's like grounding. It's the beginning. And next year should be your year, my darling, because next year you add up the numbers 20, 26, and it comes out to a number 10, and we're starting all over. That's how that works. So very good. It's a completion, and it's a start over. It's a new pathway. So, honey, I saw, yes, honey, less vampiric, yes. More immortal, yes. 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 But people call him a vampire because, you know, most people don't. And he told me what I am because, you know, he doesn't like the word psychic. He doesn't like the word any of that sort of thing. But there is a name for what I was born. And my ancestors were under that same, you can call it a veil. And it's amazing. I mean, what he's telling me is some of the stories that my grandmother My grandmother's been passed away since 2013. There's absolutely no way. You will all know, my darlings, the story. Like I said, I had to take a breath. And this story is so huge and he's got so much to share. It may be more than one part. It probably is going to be two, three, maybe even four-part series of me talking to him, to the point where I told Mrs. Marie today, the lady who owns True Oracle, I said, this may be a book. This literally just may be a book, because it is like explaining a lot. He explains some things that are going on in this world with the veil thinning and a lot of things happening, and even my role in that. And that's what kind of got to me, because the Grey Gore Chronicles, that's right, Mitchell, because that just kind of got to me. No, it's more than a seer. It's more of an ancient thing. Yeah, that's right, honey. I get it. Yeah, it's not like that kinda, but it is. It's more of a old. It's an old world. It's, because when you think about it, in my lifetime, I have seen many changes, even in the paranormal world. We never used to call it paranormal. We didn't call it anything but ghost hunting. We didn't know about, there wasn't anything about these orbs. They didn't know anything about the orbs. We didn't know anything about black mass, no elementals, no lower astral, no any of this, any of that, blah, blah, blah. And then all of a sudden, this person, and yes, he is a person. I consider him a person, and he does have a heart. It's kind of funny because he saw the chat the other night, when people were saying, does he have a heart? Yeah, he's got a heart. It's not as Hollywood as what everybody thinks, but I wish I would have known him back in the day. Pardon me. You see what I'm looking there? Here we go. Here we go. Zelda, time. Here we go. Hello. Ian just walked through and waved, and that wave extends to all of you. Hello. There he is, waving. So there we go, my darlings. Here's the thing. I don't know if I'm ever going to get to meet him in person, because don't know if he could stand the trip here, because he's not going to fly on a plane, not going to take a boat. And I don't, everybody, he's about to watch, I think. Not going to take a boat, and I'm not going to fly. I don't fly, and I don't do the flying very well. So I don't know. It may just be where we have this connection across the time. So anyway, let me see. Let me read another one here. Debbie, you're welcome, dear lady. I'm glad you like them. Oh, I do like them, my darling. I do. Thank you so much. It's such a kind and unique gift. And for those of you who just came in, Miss Debbie gifted me this beautiful deck that is from Bicycle. It is the 140th, almost as old as I am, anniversary from Bicycle. And she heard me say that I was thinking about retiring my fire deck. Where is he? Let me see. Here's the fire deck. So this is the fire deck. Now, they used to have the water. This is an element deck. They used to have water, and I can't find it. I think they've retired it somewhere. One time I found it on eBay, and it's like, what? I'm not going to pay that for playing cards. I guess I'm going to have to contact Bicycle. But these are beyond beautiful. They're gorgeous cards, and I have to get them out and prepare them to read. Their jokers are beautiful. There's one joker, and they're beautiful cards. That's the back of them. So it's close to being a fire deck. They're gorgeous and they feel good. They're plastic coated. My first deck of cards that I traveled with, that I just held dear to me, I got in the Great Smoky Mountains at a bookshop. It's no longer there, and they were not plastic coated. I bet I had those cards like 20 years. And I kept them in this box, and it was like almost almost a ritual when I would get them out. If I would really want to know something, and they would tell me within 2 or 3 cards what was going on. And one day I opened the box and I opened them and they just fell to pieces. It was like I went to a funeral. I felt so bad because those cards I had for so many, and it just said Great Smoky Mountains on the back of the card. It wasn't anything. I think it was like a $4 deck, but I had them forever. But thank you so much. I love them. Thank you. And thank you, Angie, for the super sticker. You are oh, look at that sweetheart. Aww. Thank you, my darlings. Thank you, thank you. Yeah, I've never done very well with flying. I don't fly. I can't stand confined like that with people. I know that sounds weird, but I can't do it. He's not, I mean, can you imagine him trying to go through TSA to get here? Now, he could afford to hire a private plane, but I'm not so sure how well he would do, because he's been, I want to say, almost tethered and encumbered by his farm, but tethered to the keep. So he just never thought he's got listen, he's got so much energy, but it's more circumstantial about his body. Can't be near people, can't, just that he has to have the solitude. And I understand that. You would think that I'm one of him. I don't know. So anyway, I'm so glad you're here tonight. I just wanted to pop in and say, wow, I cannot believe that, was it yesterday or the day before, that I had the reading about Karen Reed, and I said, oh, remember Higgy. Higgy's got the keys. There's going to be some discovery about Higgy, and then boom, tickety boom, out we come. I love it. And they're going to be very sorry. They haven't filed any defamation suits yet. I think they're peacocking. I got to tell you, I think they may be, I'm not a lawyer, but they may be not so smart in doing that. But if they do, because when I first saw that they had one law firm, I knew right there that this was something that was going, this was going to be a moment for them. This was going to be a moment. What happened? Karen Reed filed a huge, great big suit against she sued everybody. Everybody is mentioned in this suit. 42 pages, I believe. It's amazing. If you want to hear all about, pardon me, I got the hiccups. If you want to hear all about it, rush over to Attorney Melanie's stream. She goes right through every bit of it. It's amazing. And I did see AJ's statement this morning, and it's like, get him. Talk about sick, they sicked the dog, they sicked Chloe on John. Now sick him. Go get him. But I gotta tell you this. They are opening a big can of worms, because I'm gonna tell you something. They're doing this because it's vindictive. They want it. It's this. Well, we're gonna get them. First of all, Karen, as you see, has been very, very quiet. She's been very quiet. And what she has said is usually something where she knows she's got the goods. She's got the goods. Now, Aiden, I don't know. he's very vocal about things. So I don't know. But what I will tell you is I have seen a lot of creators on here and maybe even a couple of times on myself, but I've seen a lot of creators, and those that have law degrees come right out and call Brian Higgins the K word and I mean, they come right out. It's their opinion. They're allowed to do that. But it's because Karen and Aiden are both in Massachusetts. Imagine what would happen if they went after everyone because we had opinions. They would go bust. And I got to tell you this, bringing a suit, defamation suit, I know exactly what will happen. Before they even get to trial, Karen's team, Aiden's team will make sure that these people spend buckets, barrels, warehouses full of money on defense, on depositions, they will make sure they're going to make sure. This is going to be costly. This is going to be costly for their side, and they better be careful. And now that Karen, I mean, and as I said on the show tonight with Bia, and wasn't that fun? This is the first time, I've got to say, the first time I ever met Emily C. Alexis, I love her. I love Emily, Meredith, and hi Rosebud, Meredith, and Janet, misdemeanor. I'll tell you, this is going to be mind-blowing. We're not going to get through this quickly. We're not going to get through this quickly. Because quite frankly, I'm just going to say this. I hope I live long enough to see the end of this. I'm serious. This thing could go on for years. It's going to be costly. It's going to be costly. We've got Brian Whitaker here. Thank you so much, my darling. Thank you for your quest to find the truth about Charlie Kirk. You're welcome. And everyone else, yes. Thank you for opening the doors for the public and the goved. I didn't like Erica's comments with Jesse Walter. I didn't either. There's a lot going on with her right now. Give me a second. I'm going to sneeze. Oh, the allergies, my darling. Oh, the allergies. Thank you. I'll take the blessing. Was Colin listed? He was mentioned as being in the house. Is my Gesundheit, Krankheit, Frau Krankheit. Thank you so much. He was mentioned, and I had been working, so I was on a lot of phone calls today, so I had to stop and start a lot. And I didn't get to catch up. Maybe somebody can tell me, but I can tell you what, she listed everybody. And she even listed how, hi Queenie, thank you. Hello, came across and wishing all the best. Thank you so much, Queenie. Thanks for coming in here. I know you'll like it here. Thank you so much. But, I mean, this is going to be an episode. This will be the episode. This will be the episode. They're going to be. Colin was not listed as a litigant. Okay. He was not listed as a litigant. Okay. I'm surprised. I think they did mention him as being in the house. But, yeah. There we go. So I don't know. This is going to be. This is. I don't know what to call it. This is I've never seen anything like this. This is massive. I heard that they gave this to John Grisham and said, "Hey, would you please do me a favor and will you write a book?" And John Grisham's like, "Where do I start?" This is like the never-ending story. Never-ending story, right? In Proctor's written notes, this will be good. It says, colon, was in the house, but his name is mysteriously missing from the typed notes. Yes, that's the part I heard. Thanks for the heads up there. That's it. Thank you. So there's a lot more going on, my darlings. And then, of course, we have that case, the Eddie O'Brien case. It's a closed case. He's actually in prison. He's working with the Innocence Project of so that hopefully that will be coming out, and I think that he's going to be released, right? I think he's going to be released. Mitchell says, calling Colin colon gets me every time. I'm a big John Grisham. Give me a second. I'm a big John Grisham fan. My kind of guy. Not yet. We haven't talked about the commissioner. I used to work with a guy by the name of Colin. It was so hard for me to talk to him. I would literally giggle constantly. I couldn't help it. I mean, it's like I had to excuse myself from the room. Why am I'm going to tell you another story too. I was going to tell it on the stream and I didn't get a chance to. I like the painted house too. I like the painted house. It was delicious. Yes. Here's a funny story. Years ago, I was reading for a family who was trying to press charges against someone else. And they kept saying, this woman kept saying, well, you know what? I think he needs to be charged with manslaughter. And I would sit there for a minute and I'd think, manslaughter. And and that wasn't even resonating. I'm reading cards, you know, they're asking me these questions, wah, wah, blah, blah. And all of a sudden she said it again. Yeah, being charged with manslaughter. And I said, do you mean manslaughter? She said, well, is that how it's pronounced? Because it's written manslaughter. I suppose that's like saying an indictment is an indictment. Think about it. And then this person has been indicted. I guess I'm here for it. Every time I hear somebody say manslaughter, I think of manslaughter. And it's not funny. It's not funny, but I just can't help myself. It's like being indicted. Being indicted, and with, hello, that person has been indicted with manslaughter. Help me. Yeah, that's crazy. Hi there, my darling. Look how beautiful you are. Zelda, I'm so happy to have found your YouTube. I had a 7-hour trip to Houston last week. You and everyone in the chat kept me company the her way back. Aww. Well, thank you. I'm so glad you had a wonderful trip. You must have, because you went there and got back. So I'm so happy. Thank you. So glad that we could keep you company. I love that. I love that. I love it. But it really is funny. Yes, it really is funny. He's been indicted with manslaughter. As my husband says, you can't spell necromancer without romance. Oh, that's a good one. I've heard people say Democrat, there's a demon. No, not going there. But hey, there's demons on all sides. There's demons and perhaps a reptile or two on both sides. Listen, I am so excited about bringing you some of that and putting that together. I got to tell you, if you have ordered a numerology reading with me, thank you for your patience, because I'm going to tell you this. The night that we launched this, I had 50 orders that night. And I just don't sit and whip them out. I handwrite everything to make sure that it's done correctly. I do cross-referencing. It like takes me 24 hours to 48 hours just to craft it. And then I print it out because I just can't handwrite all that. I would just be making lines and scratching by the time I was done. So I type it all out, then I make a video and explain it all to you, break it down, and then, my darlings, there we go. There we go. So thank you for your patience, because I'm working through those. And you know, I still have a job, and I'm still doing this, and I'm still doing, so I'm getting through them as quickly as I can. So thank you so much. I appreciate your patience. And the other thing that I want to say, we now have 396 people on the app. Yes, 396 people on the True Oracle app. And of course, I want to thank you. And of course, I'm just going to tell you, if you're on that app, you're going to be, thank you, my darling Rosebud, you're going to be first and foremost notified when things happen, including when I was on Calling on Beings. That came out today. So when things are posted, if you're on the app, you're going to first and foremost. And let me just tell you a little something. In appreciation of you being on the app, if you download it, you'll get discounts. So you get discounts on readings, discounts on numerology, discounts. There's coupons. You'll get coupons for things. You get special offerings that we don't offer on the website. Look out. So if you don't have the app, run, don't walk to get that app. And you're not going to find it on the App Store. Captain Jerry just put it in the chat. And if you go there and you scroll down, you'll be able to find it. Take your time. You do not have to pay for it. We don't sell your information. If you've gone too far, pardon me, if you've gone too far, it will say you need a code to join, but you don't. You just tap the True Oracle picture and it'll take you right there. And just leave it open on your phone. It's not going to hurt anything, and you'll get notified of new things coming about. Here, are you Mitchell? Are you Mitchell? Pardon me? Are you Mitchell? Are you an early apper? Well, and just know there will be no indictments. No man's laughter, no indictments, no nothing. I guarantee that. It's been a day. It's been a day. So I don't even remember what I ate today. I think I do. I had a club sandwich. I like club sandwich, no bacon though. But all is well, my darlings. I just wanted to pop on here. I just wanted to pop on for a little after party. Bless you. You're being here. We just we we have 62 people here and 78 on True Oracle. Let me see that again. 76 on True or 76 trombones. 80 on True Oracle, and we have 62 here. Whoa. Wait, wait. I've got to get those little. I gotta get the little thing. Hello. Applause. So thank you, my darlings, for being here. 2 for Tuesday. That's right. Taco Tuesday. Too bad my name isn't Taco. I would be Taco Tuesday. So glad that you're here. Please do me a favor and like and subscribe. We got a lot of stuff coming out. And thank you so much for your patience for all of these little things that are happening. Pretty good for an impromptu stream on a Tuesday. Absolutely, Debbie. You got it. You got it. Working on a few things. But I just wanted to come in here and I just wanted to come in here and just basically say, oh yes, and do me a favor. Do you need me to get that, Captain Harris? You need me to get that? Do you need, oh, okay. She'll let me know. Jerry will let me know if I need to get that. Yes, okay, let me get that for you. Let me get the YouTube link for JFK's show off because you're going to need to go back. In fact, he's there. He's live now. You want to go over there? You want maybe? Let me see. Let me do this. JFK. Let me see if I can transport us all over there and just do a raid. Should we see if we can? Give me a second. Talk amongst yourselves. Talk amongst yourselves. We'll do that. We'll do that and see if we can just raid his little channel. I don't know really how to, but I'm going to learn very, very quickly. Gonna learn real quickly. I see it every time I do some type of something, right? I do something here on YouTube in studio because they have something. If you're not a content creator, in fact, let me just cheat. Oh. They have what is called a okay, give me a second. Click on the live tab, hover over the live video to redirect. Okay, now I know where it is. So if you don't do any type of content creating for when you're creating, they have a thing called a YouTube studio, and that's where all your back office is. So let me go into this back office and see if I can't transport us, just because JFK is live right now. And let me just see if I can redirect and get us over there. It may or may not let me do that. Let me see. I thought it said that it was gonna let me. Let me see. Let me see. Where is it? But they themselves run a lot of ads and run a lot of things. In YouTube Studio, they want you to run it like a flippin' business. And I do only halfway. Because I can't have any, oh, here we are. Redirect, let me see. Search for other channels. and he has to have it set so I can do that. But I don't want to get on here and start selling things. He doesn't have it set. He does not have it set for other channels. Let me see if it's set on mine. Let me go in here and switch accounts. Let me do that. Hello, Gregor. I'm seeing you. And believe me, I learned the hard way you don't call Lord Gregor Greg. Not something you want to do. Not at all. Not at all. It's a little on the disrespectful side. So, you know, he had to kindly tell me that that was not his name. All right, let me see. Let me see if we can get over there. No. Okay, so let me just get you that channel address. We'll put it in the chat, and then I will try to ask him sometime if we can do that. Let me get that for you. Thank you very much for hanging out with me. Let me see. Let me see. I just saw it. Is he not live now? That could be the reason. Give me the reason. Okay, I love that song. Okay. Is he active? Yes, he is live right now. I'm going to put it in here, and then I'll probably swipe on over. Okay, give me a second. I'm going to say, I want to raid your channel, but can't. Okay. All right, let me see here, my darlings. Let me get it shared. Copy. Here we are. There we are. Here we are. They're talking about Eddie O'Brien over here. I didn't see Lord Gregor come into chat. Yeah, he does have to give me permission to redirect. So I did tell him that, but okay. We'll set it up maybe for next time. Hopefully he can add me there. There's a show on yes, there is a show on Saturday. I just want to let you know. And the show on Saturday, give me a second, my darlings. Let me see. Okay. I think we're going to do some EVPs on Saturday. Don't know who you want to do it with, but I think we're going to do some EVPs on Saturday. Maybe with John again. We haven't had that in a while. So there we go, my darlings. I am going to say good night. I got some work to do. I'm going to be listening. I'm going to be in the chat of JFK, show off, listening about Eddie O'Brien. I think he's the only one who is streaming about that. So there you are. Yes, Eddie O'Brien. Let me give you a quickie about Eddie O'Brien. Back in 1995, in July of 1995, I believe. Hi, Martha. EVPs on Saturday night at 7 p.m. Be here. But in July of 1995, in Somerville, Massachusetts, a young man by the name of Eddie O'Brien was next door to his best friend, Paul Downing. And they went to They just kids. He was 15 years old. Ultimately came back from being in the summer and doing many things and going to get ice cream and up to Burger King and all this other stuff. And his neighbor, his best friend's mother, was brutally red rummed, unalived. And you could tell that there was a struggle. And the red stuff was all over. They blamed Eddie. He was 15 years old, took him to court. Someone else did it. It was very clear. They took him to court, and he got life in prison. And that was 30 years ago. The Innocence Project of Boston, Massachusetts is involved. There's going to be some new DNA looked for. This lady who was the victim had DNA under her fingernails, and the police never tested it. They targeted, does it sound familiar? How they targeted this young man? His family paid a lawyer. They got a really crappy defense. They ran out of money, and he just gave up, the attorney. And it's heartbreaking. And now there's new evidence coming out. And now this young man may be released after 30 years. He went to a parole hearing. He was denied because he has maintained his innocence this whole time, and he will not admit that doing this crime because he didn't do it. There's a book that was written. It's called Politics of Red Rum, only it's not spelled like that. And it's fascinating. Yeah. Yeah, we knew about evidence in 1995, right? It wasn't 1900. We knew about DNA because of the many, many other famous cases that came out. But this young man, I feel, was railroaded. But JFK is a channel of which you will grow to love. He and his friends have decided to, it's actually available on Kindle. I bought the book for $2.99. It was written by Eddie's guardian ad litem. So she knows a lot of the details, but there's some details that are coming out that were not true, that were supposedly in the investigation that didn't happen, and some things that did that weren't brought out. And it's disgusting, it's heartbreaking, and these gentlemen on this channel have brought on family members, he's brought on neighbors, he's brought on people who are in the know. And here's the thing, it's been 30 years. Some of these people have passed away that are witnesses and so forth. Hi there, my darlings coming in. We're just getting ready to go out, and I'm going to pop over into JFK's channel. And I have been invited to come on there. Now, I did a numerology reading on Eddie. It is heartbreaking, and it's specific. But I'm going to go on their channel, and I'm going to talk to them about what I see and what I feel is happening in there. But Eddie is incarcerated, and he watches this channel. And his father was in there. It is the link. Here's what you do, my darling. Calling all beings is CAB. Calling all beings is a really fun time. Here is where you go get it. Our library has free e-cards for 5 years. Good. Oh wow, that's cool. Okay, so my darling, you go to trueoracle.com and you go in there to get the app. Okay, see where Nightbot says you go in there and get the app, and then you scroll down and you will be taken to the link. You cannot get it directly because you will download an app called Spaces. and then it is located in Spaces, because Spaces is kind of an all in one app. It is from the people that we Wix, from the people that we have the website through. And Spaces is for, like, say for instance, if you have many people that have an app, like I've got different apps in Spaces, it's all inclusive. But we are one. You don't have to get any more. It doesn't cost you anything. It is free. We don't sell your information, and you'll get notified as soon as different things come out, specials, notifications, coupons. You can shop online, and all that. It's not something that you can chat with. I just want you to know you can't chat on there. Otherwise, that's it. So, my darlings, I want to thank you so much for being here. So good to see you today. Love it, love you, love it. Buckle in, buckle up, because there's going to be more coming out, I believe, this week for Karen. There's some people in trouble, and tonight they're thinking about what is it they will do. Here.
The garage, essentially. There's a garage, essentially.
Yeah, there's something about a garage. And we'll see what happens. So I'm going to leave you not with a very heavy ending, but with a good night from all of us from the House of Zelda to you. And from Vale Keep, I'm going to even say that for the Lord. And I will talk with you very soon. I will see you even sooner. Saturday night, EVP, 7 p.m. Be here. Aloha. Have a great week, everyone. I'll see you soon.